July 28th arrives with an energy that feels different from the moment you open your eyes. Scorpio. There is a quiet intensity surrounding this day, as though the universe has been preparing something important behind the scenes for quite some time. You may not immediately understand why your intuition feels stronger than usual, but before the day comes to an end, you'll realize that your instincts were guiding you in exactly the right direction. This is not a day to ignore your inner voice. It has been trying to tell you something for weeks, and today the message becomes much clearer. The morning begins with unexpected clarity. Problems that seemed impossible to solve only yesterday suddenly become much easier to understand. Instead of feeling trapped by uncertainty, you begin recognizing possibilities that were hidden from you before. Sometimes life doesn't change because the circumstances become different. Sometimes life changes because you begin seeing those circumstances differently. Today is one of those rare moments when your perspective becomes your greatest advantage. Someone may unexpectedly contact you during the first part of the day. It could be a friend, a former colleague, a family member, or even someone you haven't spoken to in a very long time. Don't dismiss this conversation as coincidence. Every meeting today carries a purpose, and every word spoken may contain information that becomes extremely valuable over the next several days. Professionally, your determination continues attracting attention. You have worked quietly while many others searched for recognition. You have continued improving yourself even when nobody seemed to notice. The universe has seen every sacrifice you've made, and today the first rewards begin appearing. A supervisor may begin trusting you with greater responsibilities, or someone influential may mention your name during an important discussion. Even if you don't receive immediate news today, understand that positive changes are already beginning behind. If you're searching for a new career opportunity, don't allow previous disappointments to influence your confidence. An unexpected recommendation or conversation could completely change your direction. Keep your resume updated, respond quickly to messages, and remain open to opportunities that initially appear different from what you expected. Sometimes the greatest success arrives through a door you never planned to open. Financially, July 28th encourages wisdom rather than speed. You may suddenly realize that one financial habit has been quietly limiting your progress. Instead of becoming discouraged, you'll immediately begin thinking of practical solutions. This is an excellent day to review your budget, organize future goals, and think about additional ways to increase your income. Your natural ability to observe details allows you to notice opportunities that other people completely ignore. For some Scorpio natives, unexpected money may arrive today. It could come through a delayed payment, freelance work, a commission, a refund, or even an opportunity to earn more through skills you already possess. The amount itself is less important than the message it carries. The universe is reminding you that financial improvement has already begun. If you've been considering starting a business, launching an online project, investing in education, or learning a valuable new skill, today's energy strongly supports preparation. Don't wait for the perfect moment because perfection rarely exists. Begin with what you already have. Every successful person once stood exactly where you. Emotionally, this day becomes deeply healing. There have been moments recently when you've questioned your own decisions. You may have wondered whether trusting certain people was a mistake or whether you've waited too long for your dreams to become reality. Today, those doubts slowly begin disappearing. You start understanding that every challenge you've survived has been preparing you for something much greater. If you're already in a relationship, honest communication becomes your greatest strength. There may be something you've wanted to discuss for quite some time but hesitated because you didn't want to create conflict. Today the atmosphere feels calmer, making it much easier to express your true feelings. Your partner is more willing to understand than you currently realize. If you're single, someone may unexpectedly attract your attention through work, mutual friends, travel, or social media. This connection may begin very quietly, but don't underestimate its potential. The strongest relationships often develop slowly because they are built upon trust instead of excitement alone. Family also becomes an important source of support today. Someone close may offer advice or simply remind you that you don't have to carry every burden by yourself. Scorpio often prefers solving problems alone, but today the universe encourages you to accept help when it is offered sincerely. There is strength in independence, but there is also wisdom in allowing trusted people to stand beside you. Health remains generally stable, although emotional balance deserves attention. You've been carrying many responsibilities without giving yourself enough time to rest mentally. Spend a little time away from unnecessary noise. Even a quiet walk, peaceful music, or a few moments of reflection can completely change your mood before the evening arrives. As the afternoon continues, your intuition becomes almost impossible to ignore. You may experience meaningful coincidences, repeating numbers, unexpected memories, or a strong feeling that you should move in a particular direction. Trust those impressions. Your intuition has always been one of your greatest gifts, and today it becomes even more reliable than logic alone. The universe has an important message for you today. Stop doubting the progress that cannot yet be seen. Just because something hasn't fully arrived doesn't mean it isn't already on its way. Every decision you've made recently, every lesson you've learned, every sacrifice you've accepted, has quietly prepared the road that now begins opening before you. Continue believing in yourself. Continue protecting your peace. Continue walking forward without fear. Because July 28th is not simply another ordinary day. It is the beginning of a chapter where your confidence grows stronger, your financial future becomes brighter, and your heart finally begins believing that the life you've imagined is much closer than you think. As the afternoon slowly turns into evening, another important realization begins to grow inside you. For weeks, perhaps even months, you've been carrying questions that seemed impossible to answer. You wondered whether your hard work would ever be rewarded. You questioned whether certain people truly belonged in your life. You even questioned your own direction from time to time. Yet today, something quietly changes. Instead of searching for certainty everywhere around you, you begin discovering it within yourself. That inner confidence becomes your greatest strength. People may notice that you've become calmer than usual. Instead of reacting emotionally, you observe. Instead of rushing into decisions, you allow situations to reveal themselves naturally. This patience gives you an advantage because while others become distracted by temporary problems, you continue seeing the bigger picture. Professionally, today may become the beginning of an entirely new chapter. Someone could mention a project that immediately captures your attention. At first, you may hesitate because the opportunity seems larger than anything you've attempted before. Don't allow fear to convince you that you're unprepared. Remember who you are. Every difficult experience you've survived has given you knowledge that cannot be learned from books. Every disappointment has made you wiser. Every challenge has strengthened your character. This opportunity isn't appearing because you're lucky. It's appearing because you've earned it. Financially, your awareness becomes sharper than ever. You begin recognizing spending habits that no longer serve your future. Rather than feeling restricted, you actually feel empowered because you're taking control of your financial direction. Today's energy supports long-term planning, saving, investing wisely, and creating additional income streams. Some Scorpio natives may also receive an unexpected financial proposal. Before making any commitment, trust both your intuition and your practical thinking. If something feels rushed or too good to be true, give yourself time before deciding. The right opportunities never disappear simply because you asked for another day to think. Your creativity also reaches an impressive level today. If you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, launching an online business, writing, teaching, consulting, creating digital products, or developing a personal brand, the universe encourages you to stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfection delays success. Action creates success. Every expert once began as a beginner. Emotionally, this evening becomes deeply healing. There may be someone you've silently forgiven without ever telling them. There may also be someone you finally decide to release completely from your heart. Holding on to pain has become exhausting, and today you understand that forgiveness isn't about allowing others to avoid responsibility. It's about giving yourself permission to move forward. If you're already in a relationship, tonight encourages vulnerability. Speak honestly about your dreams instead of only discussing daily responsibilities. Your partner wants to understand your heart, not just your schedule. A sincere conversation tonight could strengthen your relationship in ways neither of you expected. If you're single, don't assume nothing is happening simply because your phone isn't constantly ringing. Someone may already admire you quietly. They appreciate your confidence, your mystery, your determination, and your loyalty. Continue focusing on your own happiness. The right connection develops naturally when you stop trying to force the timing. Family matters also become lighter today. A disagreement that has existed for some time may finally begin losing its intensity. One conversation filled with patience can repair what months of silence could not. As night approaches, your intuition becomes almost extraordinary. You may suddenly remember an old dream, receive a surprising idea, or feel inspired to make an important decision. Don't ignore these moments. Some of life's greatest turning points begin with one quiet feeling that refuses to disappear. The universe continues repeating the same message to you. Trust yourself. Trust your experience. Trust everything life has taught you. You already possess the wisdom you've been searching for. You simply needed today's peace to hear it clearly. Before the day ends, you may notice something remarkable. Instead of worrying about what tomorrow might bring, you actually begin feeling excited about it. That excitement isn't accidental. It's the first sign that your life is beginning to move in the direction you've hoped for all along. Continue walking with confidence. Continue believing in your own abilities. Continue making decisions based on wisdom instead of fear. Because every step you take today brings you closer to the future you've quietly imagined for so many years. And the most beautiful part of your journey hasn't even begun yet.